doing my hair and slicking my hair back into a bun is not a joyful experience. Doing a wing can be. It can also be treacherous and haunt me for the rest of the day when I realize I did them very, very crooked. But there's the potential for it to be a joyous experience. Hey y'all, welcome to Cloveroom, and welcome to Clovemas. Yay, Clovemas made it another year. This is indeed my take on Vlogmas, the very popular YouTube tradition of filming or uploading a video. I would say perhaps traditionally every day of December until Christmas or Christmas Eve. More broadly though, I think it's just taken on creators trying to film more than they usually do in the month of December. Or trying, I guess, to upload more than typical of their channel in December, and that is indeed the flavor I take with mine. Last year I did the 12 days of Clovemas, which was 12 videos I uploaded in December. This year I'm kind of taking both a more involved but also more flexible approach. My goal is to upload as much as possible. I'm not capping myself to 12 days. However, life sometimes and nearly always manages to get in the way, especially for me. For instance, I wanted to upload this on December 1st and it is instead hopefully going up on December 2nd because life happens. I'm going to do my best to upload as much as possible in December. I would like that to be at least every other day, maybe some days with consistent uploads in a row. We will see how it goes. I'm really just going to try to do my best to upload as much as possible. I really kind of want this to be a journal or like almost like a diary of how my December goes. Like, oh my god, I didn't even realize this, sorry. It's like My December by Kelly Clarkson, which is like the favorite album of my youth. Like the whole album's like designed and created, and the way she tells the stories is very much like, here's my December. Because like December and winter is often known to be like a darker time. So I love that. It's kind of like my December. I need that like iconic red dress on that like ivy covered staircase. Like, oh god, Kelly Clarkson, you will always be famous. I kind of want to do a video on Kelly Clarkson actually during Clovemas. Today I wanted to share my holiday wish list, things I would love for people to give to me for Christmas. I do want to know I celebrate Christmas, and that is how I celebrate the holidays this time of year. So I will be referring to my personal enjoyment of the holidays and how I celebrate the holidays as Christmas. I know for a lot of y'all, you don't celebrate Christmas, you may celebrate something else, or you may just choose not to celebrate anything this time of year. And this time of year, regardless of what you celebrate or do not celebrate, can really be difficult. I feel like I'm talking about that on my channel a lot, so I feel like I need to like turn up the smiles and grin and bear it. Unprecedented time after unprecedented time. This one for a lot of us feels like the most unprecedented, or maybe even not the most unprecedented, but the weightiest time of all, and that's coupled with the holidays, which brings about, even if you have a good relationship with the holidays, and I love Christmas, I love celebrating Christmas, even with that good relationship and that positive correlation I hold with Christmas, the holidays are still a very hard time of year for me, and I know for a lot of y'all, in, you know, a lot of different ways that we don't really have to unpack. But maybe we will unpack eventually, but not today, because today I just want to share my Christmas list with y'all. And whether you celebrate something, whether this is a hard time of year or not, I hope Clovemas can be fun. I hope Clovemas can maybe take your mind off some things, and I hope maybe you'll even learn something or think about something in a new way. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Cam. I'm a non-binary trans femme creator. I love to talk about beauty, makeup. I also like to talk about consumerism. I like to talk about the internet. I like to talk about culture, and I like to do that all through a very trans lens. And I really like to center the experience of trans folks on this channel. I'm hoping for Clovemas that we'll have a few videos where I specifically create content, the goal of it helping trans femmes who are new to makeup, or just trans people in general during this emotionally loaded time of year. But again, we're trying to be light and breezy today, trying to, you know, picture myself on a beach meditating with the ocean in the background. And, you know, whenever I picture the beach, I never picture all the sand and how it gets everywhere and how like actually dirty the beach is. And the best part of the beach is when you still have like the salt air in the ocean scent lingering on your body, but you get to go back to the beach house or the hotel room and shower off all that disgusting sand, because as nice as the beach is, the sand is disgusting. Anyway, that's where I'm trying to go in my mind. A beach that is totally beachy without sand. And today I'm going to do that by sharing what I would like to receive for Christmas. I feel like, I guess I don't know. I don't know if y'all will find this odd, but my first item, which I think is actually my only makeup item on this list, I'm not really desiring a bunch of makeup for Christmas this year because I'm really trying to be careful about what I let in my collection this time of year, and I'm making really good progress on a lot of products. So not that I'm ever sad to receive makeup that is really nice and beautiful for Christmas or for any occasion, but I am being kind of more picky. But the one thing I really, and I don't want to buy it myself, the one thing I really would love to receive for Christmas that's a makeup item is the R.E.M. Beauty Wicked eyeshadow palette, which kind of shocks even me. I mean, I love Wicked as much as the next gay, and as you might see later on this list, I do quite like Ariana Grande and her assorted products that she sells, and I'm quite interested in them. And I love Ariana Grande. I mean, hello, we're honoring her with my little shoulder. My cold shoulder. Nothing sexier than a cold shoulder on me. If there's a way I can show my shoulders, I will. I saw that this palette was released, and I was like, oh, that kind of looks pretty, but then I saw the price tag, and that's why I don't think I would buy it for myself. Also because it does not appear to be going on sale, even though R.E.M. is having a sale on their own website and through Ulta right now. None of the Wicked items are included. I guess they're doing quite well or quite popular. If $55 for an eyeshadow palette isn't that astronomical or outside of the norm these days in beauty, but based on how R.E.M. prices their items, I was quite shocked that even if it's a Wicked collab, even if it's a nicer packaging, because it does look like a really beautiful storybook. It has some heft, it has some width, but like it sort of feels like one of those old school Urban Decay IP palettes. Maybe not as elaborate with like, the game checkerboard-esque packaging or whatnot, but it does just feel special. Like, it feels like a special limited edition release, to their credit. They didn't just stick a sticker on an eyeshadow palette that they already had. They created something new and had very, like, beautiful custom packaging. It feels like it's meant to last. It feels like something that's more of, like, a keepsake. And that's kind of what drew me in. And then I swatched them. I swatched the shadows when I was at Ulta a few months ago, like, when it had released. And, we didn't have the wonderful zaniness of the Wicked press conference then. We didn't have... the movie's definitely, it's been hyped ever since the Broadway musical was released, because it's a beautiful, beautiful musical. It's, it's gorgeous. The Wicked mania was not at its height, is what I'm trying to say. And I went to swatch it. I wasn't super impressed with the mattes. The mattes kind of felt like how I thought they would, kind of like maybe a step above like a NYX matte. The green matte that's in the palette swatches, and I know swatches aren't the full story, but it swatches like a not very good drugstore green to me. It swatched really kind of patchy and unimpressive. And you're like, well, Cam, why do you want this palette? Then I swatched the shimmers. Oh my god. I suddenly understood more the $55 price tag. I still think that's too much for this. I really wish it was under the $50 mark, because I just think that makes more sense with the R.E.M. brand and how they price things. But the shimmers swatched like indie shimmers, like special Pat McGrath shades. Like, I'm not saying they're of that caliber of formula of the like best of the best press special glimmery shades. I'm not saying that at all, but they blew me away. And there are some gorgeous shades in there. There's like this pale blue that's very like Glinda. There's these more traditional duochromes that we may see, like, along with the packaging, along with the fact that it's R.E.M. Beauty. And I am going to hopefully make a video. I don't know if it'll be this month, but I bought an R.E.M. Beauty product earlier this year, and it was very much makeup as a merch purchase, which I still need to like unpack, because I just think it's interesting. I'm like obviously a conscious beauty YouTuber, and when I do anti-hauls, I'm very clear about being like, don't buy makeup as merch, or be careful about buying makeup as merch is maybe a better way of putting that, a little bit less absolute. But I'm pretty like, I try to avoid doing that. But with R.E.M. Beauty, I just like have I don't know. And I'm going to unpack that in another video. We don't need to do that all here. But all that to say, I don't have any interest in paying $55 out of my own wallet for this palette. I think I would use the shimmers and be excited about those. The mattes, when you're a matte and you come into what I have in my collection, you really have to compete with Viseart and Makeup by Mario mattes, and just the way they swatched, I can just tell they're not going to be my favorite. I think they're probably workable, especially the ones that are like the green just looks like a dead shade. And again, if we're talking about a $55 price tag, like I don't want to see a dead shade, you know? Like I want to see H&M. Like I want to see best of the best type stuff for that price tag, given what the brand normally sells its wares for. And all that to say, I feel like it'd be a perfect gift for me because I really want it. I think it's beautiful and I would enjoy kind of that keepsake aspect of it. I would love to see the brand play more with that shimmer formula. Alright, next is a product that I actually have the mini of. I have the Taming Wand mini version of this, which is basically a glorified giant brow gel, but it's the styling product. So it's the Day Styling Cream. This has been viral for a while and gets a lot of hype online. And I bought the Taming Wand just to try it out. I was, in the cap of death with Sephora, and I said, why not? I've been wanting to wear, I have been wearing my hair more slicked back, as you may have noticed in my videos. And it's a style I really like, and this product is something people really enjoy doing that with. And not just that, but it's also apparently supposed to be a good styling cream, supposed to work well with curls. And I am probably very close to the end of that Taming Wand because it's kind of designed more to be used on the go and for touch-ups. I just use it as the styling cream as if it came in the wand packaging. I run it all through my hair. I'll wear my hair down with it in it, and it gives me not like the most super max curl look, which I'm honestly not super into right now. I don't need anybody to tell me how jealous they are of my naturally beautiful curly hair. I get it. I've just had it my entire life and I'm a little sick of it, okay? So we don't need to have that discussion because I wish I had your straight hair and you wish you had my curly hair, and isn't it odd? We don't need to do that. I just know that lately I've been enjoying more of the wavy, or even wearing it super slicked back and straight and in a bun. That's kind of what's giving me joy right now. I was just blown away by how well this product works to slick back my hair, how well it works as just a styling cream, how well it works if my hair is wet or even if it's dry to tame it. It's a great product, and I now want the full size. It's just a little bit much for me to purchase right now, and I thought about buying it during Black Friday, but I just have other stuff I can use. I still haven't even used the Taming Wand I have. That I don't have a lot of experience with this product. To me, it feels like I'm almost at the end. I could maybe still have a month worth. And I would rather not buy a glorified backup, basically, when I'm just going to use the Taming Wand until it's done. Really, eventually would love to buy the full size, but it's something that would make me really happy to receive as a gift and not have to spend the money. Because also, I've talked about this before, I don't mind spending a good bit on makeup. That's kind of actually changing, but historically and traditionally for myself, I am fine spending a little bit of money on a nice makeup product to treat myself. Makeup just makes me so happy. Skincare and hair care is more of a means to an end for me, and I know that's how makeup is for some people, and we all have the things we enjoy and the things we just do because we may like the end result. But with makeup, I love putting it on. I love I was about to say hanging out with my products, but that's kind of what it feels like. I love interacting with my beauty makeup products. Skincare and hair care, I like the result I get with my favorite ones, but doing my hair and slicking my hair back into a bun is not a joyful experience. Doing a wing can be. It can also be treacherous and haunt me for the rest of the day when I realize I did them very, very crooked. But there's the potential for it to be a joyous experience. The skincare hair care thing for me is not a parallel experience to that. Next, I want to talk about a couple of pairs of shoes. So just to have an open, honest, and brave discussion. What shoes are we wearing? Because especially now, typically buy more feminine or women's clothing shoes. Obviously, that's a category put on companies, not something that I think is inherent in items. And I'm constantly confused on what shoes we're wearing, especially because I don't love how tall I am. It's just you know, something I try to work through, but I am a very strong 6 foot, probably soft 6'1". If I was a cis man on Tinder, I'd be 6'4". You know, I'm that height. And that's quite tall, especially when you live in a world where men will say they're 6'1" or 6'2", and then you get there and they're actually 5'10", and they're like, whoa, you're tall, because, like, I'm 6 foot. And it's like, well, no, babe, I'm 6 foot. But all that to say, my height's kind of an insecurity. So I don't really want heels, and although I kind of do on a platform, because I also, it's such a contrast, a conflict in my life. I love feeling powerful and I love feeling tall, but I also want to be a little dainty little 5-foot flower. Yeah. I feel like on my outside, I'm a hard and fast, like, Xenia warrior princess, but inside I'm really just like Sabrina Carpenter, like, taking a bubble bath, being like, I'm tiny. That's kind of what I'm working with. All that to say, I don't know what shoes to wear. I love my Doc Marten Chelsea boots for work and for most other things, especially in the fall and winter. But I feel like I need something else and I just don't have it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be wearing. And what I've come up with is I maybe need a pair of Doc Marten Mary Janes. They have a lot of different types of these. I know I really like Doc Marten shoes. I like the look. They're very comfortable for me. Like I said, I wear the Chelsea boots all the time at work. And I think that's the shoe I've settled on to maybe be my, like, more cutesy casual shoe. But I do want to say I'm very open for suggestions. Ballet flats, I just don't think they're me. Most flats, I don't think they're me. But I also don't want to heel. So I'm kind of into, like, maybe like a chunky combat boot. I like the look of a Doc Marten Mary Jane, but open to feedback, open to just hearing from the ladies, from the they-thems, from the femboys, like, what shoes are we wearing? Legitimately asking, because I sure don't know. And then the second pair of shoes I want are much more practical. The Mary Janes are just for me to be cute and femme and go on dates in. Another side of me when I'm not being Xenia Warrior Princess or Sabrina Carpenter, I'm kind of a jock. And I really love working out. And one of my goals next year, and one of the things I am trying to do, probably my biggest goal, is I want to run a marathon in likely, I think, end of April. So I'm going to start training for it in full very soon, but I've been running a lot more. And my running shoes are on their last leg, and they actually don't know what brand they are. I haven't really loved them, to be honest, but I really want to replace them with a pair of Hoka's. Their most popular model, the Clifton 9s. They have a couple of cute colorways. I'm most interested in the Vanilla Astral colorway or the Oak Alabaster. Both are more like creamy, neutral. They're light, so they'll probably get dirty, but they're not like super bright white, so like the dirt will kind of compliment them more than hinder them being cute. When I'm not wearing my Doc Marten Chelsea boots at work, I wear a pair of Hoka's, and when I wear the Hoka's, I notice that I have less low back pain. I can often get low back pain from running and playing soccer, and then also my job is 99% on my feet. So I am upright and working a lot of the day, whether that's working out or whether that's being at work and having a service industry job. So I would love to have a pair that's just designated for marathon training, because I think that's going to help me and my lower back. And I also just like, there's something like fugly but cute about the Hoka's. And I've ran with them before, and they work great. It's a really nice amount of padding. You get more like padding and support than a lot of other shoes. More bounce back. All right, next we are returning to my Ariana Grande stand-up. I know. I think I've talked about this before, but I love Ariana Grande fragrances. Which I think might be her original fragrance. As much as I love Ariana Grande, most of my information from Ariana Grande fragrances comes from Lauren May Beauty's videos about the subject, because she's also a very big fan of Ariana Grande fragrances. She has like all of them. I'm very jealous. Ari is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It's such a heavy scent memory of a time in my life when I went out to gay and queer bars a lot, and I have a lot of memories with that fragrance, and it was kind of that like first taste of like being like that femme girl for me. So I hold it in a special place in my heart, and I have like the tiniest little sliver left in my original bottle that I bought on sale at Target like years and years ago. I would love another bottle of Ari, honestly. It's a little bit like probably young for me now, but I just love the scent memories, and I think it'd be really nice to layer with stuff. I also want to explore more of her fragrances. I think the one I would like the most is R.E.M. I've heard, again, Lauren May Beauty describe it as more like a musky, unisex lavender. That's definitely my vibe, although I do love the femme nature of a lot of her other fragrances. The other one, besides R.E.M., and then repurchasing Ari, I really want to buy Mod Blush. It is very, very girly. It's like very girly, florally, a little bit of fruit. It's so good. It's annoying because she has sampler sets or like a set with a lot of small bottles, but they aren't sprayer or even like roller balls. I forget the name, but it's something where like you just like dab it on, but there's no like stopper or anything. Like you just have to make sure you don't spill it everywhere, I guess. But it's like a dabber, and I don't want that. Like I want something with spray. I need to go into Ulta and like smell them and like kind of finalize my list. But my Ulta, I went there and they have all the fragrances locked up. Like you can't even, like even the testers are locked up now. Which, I mean, if that's what they gotta do, that's what they gotta do. But, like, I don't have to ask to, like, smell a tester, you know? That's, like, that is an obstacle I will not overcome. And as I've mentioned many times before, if there's an obstacle to buying something, like, I will not jump over it. I will turn around and be like, well, that didn't work out. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Working hard to spend money is not for me. Somewhat related, I would love to get a nice candle or two this holiday season. Specifically from Boy Smells, that's where my favorite candles are from. It's a great, lovely little queer-owned company. They make my favorite candle of all time, which I burned through, I think, 2 of, Slow Burn, which is actually a collaboration with one of my favorite musical artists of all time, Casey Musgraves. And it is just this beautiful, kind of dark, spicy, incense-inspired scent. It smells like creativity. It's really beautiful. That candle never goes on sale, though, and it costs more than the rest of those candles in that size. I guess because Casey probably gets, I would hope, gets a cut of it. Which makes sense, but is also a bummer when I can barely afford their normal candles. Now, they've been running some pretty nice sales and having some steep discounts, but I just have, like, other candles I need to burn through that I bought at Target, like, you know, a couple months ago, and I would rather burn through those and then maybe consider buying from Boy Smells. But again, I think what makes a gift nice is when it's something you wouldn't typically buy for yourself, and Boy Smell candles are the type of thing that just aren't in my budget really anymore, or when I do have that type of money, I am just really trying to be a little bit smarter about how I use it. So I'd love to re-up on the slow burn scent. I have tried Kush. I'm actually looking at my empty Kush right now that I've burned through. That is a really beautiful scent, even though I don't partake, and that's not my thing, and I don't even really like the smell IRL. They're Kush candles, especially just original Kush, I really love the smell of. I don't know why. It's just, I'm into it. All right, and then the last one is even more open-ended than the shoes when I talked about the shoes and asked for your help. I love earrings. I try to wear earrings in every video if I can remember. I have very cheap Target earrings. That's honestly fine for me. I, however, would love like a couple of really beautiful bracelets or nice necklaces, and I just don't know where to buy jewelry or like even how to go about it. Again, I'm not really looking even to be gifted really, really nice jewelry at this point. I just am kind of confused on what I should be looking for. I like to wear both gold and silver, or even a rose gold I'd probably be into. I don't know, like where are some cute, somewhat affordable places I could pick up some jewelry or put some links on my wish list for this holiday season. And I know there's a lot of like smaller jewelry stores out there, like on Etsy or just their own websites, but it feels hard to tell if those are like drop shipped or if those are like quality. So if you have any favorite, like this is really just me asking, please put your favorite, especially if they're queer. I would prefer queer trans-owned small business jewelry shops that aren't too expensive. I would love to know so I could maybe even just purchase a few pieces for myself eventually. Also, more specific and niche request, using the parameters I've already given. Specifically if people sell elephant jewelry. I love elephants. I have a very special connection with elephants. And I've always wanted like some really cute elephant jewelry. So if you also know of anywhere to buy super cute elephant jewelry that's a little bit more affordable, please let me know that too. That is my wish list. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing. I would love to hear about what y'all would love to get this season. If there's anything you have your eye on, whether that's beauty, outside beauty, fashion. If you have any recommendations for shoes or jewelry, please let me know. I'm interested in hearing. And I'm so excited for Clovemas this year. I ask for grace because some of these videos may not be like as polished as my normal videos. Not to say they're going to be bad. I think they'll all be good, but just as I'm trying to upload more rapidly, there may be more, like a little bit less editing. And as always, please remember to give this video a like if you did enjoy it. It helps me a lot in the wild, wild west of the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see future uploads, and I will see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. We're gonna be okay. Bye.